Now let's talk a little bit about putting this hero's journey and applying it to classes. So for this class, there was a digital storytelling class, and we were able to take the hero's journey and apply it to this course in two different ways. So first of all, the course was split up into 3 units. The first unit was the call to adventure. The second unit was crossing the threshold, and the third unit was the return. So these 3 units represented the 3 major parts of the hero's journey that you could break it up into. And it also encompasses a lot of what a natural student experience would be inside of a course. They are the students are called to an adventure whenever they agree to take the course. And then they cross the threshold into the adventure as the course begins, right? And they have to go through all the trials and tribulations along the way and then end up returning back a changed person at the end of the course, or at least that's always our goal with our students. So here's an example of Unit 1. I gave just a snapshot of the first 3 weeks of this unit. So this unit actually lasts for 6 weeks total, and it's about building a knowledge base of that hero's journey and just about getting to know yourself that goes along with that call to adventure, right? A lot of that call to adventure is about learning about who you are as a hero and who you are as a person. And so at the end of this unit, they actually created a project that was called the Where I'm From Project. So there's a poem that you could listen to, and it's all about where I'm from. And the students had to analyze themselves some and figure out where I'm from and what that means and how that's impacted my life. So here are 2 examples. Sean and Pamela both allowed us to be able to share their stories. So I was just going to let these videos speak for themselves. So here's Sean's story.
I am from gas stoves, from Tide detergent and organic milk. I am from the Adobe cookie cutter, affluent and homogeneous fortresses. I am from the confident green giant, the endless waves of crushed rock and manicured bougainvillea. I am from Christmas tamales and Saturday morning hikes, from Grandma Carolyn, Nana Belen, and Tia Carmen. I am from you've made your bed, now lay in it, and A's always give you options. I am from don't get too big for your britches, but never burn your bridges. I am from Sean, you can't miss another Sunday morning, from our daily bread and thy kingdom come, thy will be done. I am from Arizona, scattered European countries, bratwurst and Spanish rice. I am from the resilience of a teenage girl carrying a bastard across the Rio Grande, the audacity of a man to throw his severed hand to claim his land, and the field worker, whose unrightful inflictions were martyred in the name of the American dream. I am from your mother might not make it to see your grandchildren. I am from a Model T trekking through the Sonoran Desert, the rake and the hoe transforming into pen and paper. I am from the American Southwest, from dichotomous settings in a transitional frontier. I am from blue collar and white collar, from artists and professors, from always reaping what you sow. And today I exist as that cultivated and freshly formed blossom that refuses to ever wither.
So you can see in this story, Sean went and used small video clips that he put together inside of the product to create that final video. There were some students that videos, small videos and putting them together was too much technology for them. So they were just able to take still pictures and add their story to those still pictures to create the Where I'm From video for them. Another option, like Pamela went in and she used Prezi to put her pictures together to create her Where I'm From journey. And here's Pamela's.
From by Pamela Wagner. I am from mixing bowls filled with love, from briar horses running wild, and the wheelchair that strangers define me by. I am from the geodesic dome my family and I built. It is unique and safe from tornadoes. I hear the doves in the elm tree as I swing on the back porch there. I am from the never-changing farmland home of the white squirrels and the soft, sweet-smelling lilac bush, and the dirty brown little muddy creek where I was almost pulled in by a catfish. I am from the Midwest work ethic and always doing what is right. From Dorothy and Victor, who ate watermelon at their wedding because it was all that they could afford, and Mrs. H's wisdom and patience that has made me a better person. I am from you can always find someone worse off than yourself, and can't means you've never tried. From being strong even when I wasn't. I am from Sunday morning guilt trips that never rang true, from seeing the spirituality in nature and trusting in karma. I believe in cosmic blessings and that my amazing husband is a reward for my childhood of broken bones. I am from cornfields so thick they suffocate the air, and from nights filled with the eerie music of the cicada. From the country Hannahs and disowned cannons, from Grandma's pistachio salad every Thanksgiving, and venison summer sausage when Dad's hunting went well. From the night Grandpa was drunk and hunted his family with a rifle.
So you can see that even though Sean and Pamela's stories were very different, they both had a really impactful story that they could tell about where they were from and how different their two stories were of where they were from. So Adobe Spark is one of the products that was used by Sean to be able to put that video together and create an opportunity for him to put the mini videos together into one larger video. Now the next unit only covered 4 weeks of content instead of the 6 weeks, and unit 2 is actually leading up to that bigger final project of them creating a their final story to tell. And in unit 2 they learned about the hero journey framework. So they actually went and studied Studs Terkel and some of his writings, and they actually studied how the hero's journey structure was created, and be able to recognize that inside of movies and books and other things that they have been watching for a very long time. Then they begin to formulate their final story by mapping their work life to the hero's journey. So they watch some videos or read about some things like the working life of the waitress and begin to look at how our work life also maps itself to the hero's journey, and begin mapping out that final work that they'll be working on and completing inside of Unit 3. So another thing that we did inside of this course was use badges. And badges are awarded for pro-social behaviors such as helping another student in many cases. This was something that we themed the badges to the hero's journey and different parts of the journey, like the belly of the well, and the call to adventure, the hero, the confident collaboration, right? So some of these they would get for successfully completing work, but most of the time these badges were there to encourage students to interact with each other and to help each other out inside of the course. And what happened is that the professor found that this created an opportunity where students were actually excited about interacting with each other, and she saw a great improvement of her students interacting and helping one another because of these badges.